In this video, we are going to see how to add product in WooCommerce from Google Sheets in bulk at scheduled time. So my objective is that I have got a list of product and the details in my spreadsheet. Now every time a product is ready to be created, then automatically the product should be created in WooCommerce. For this, I'm going to create a workflow where first I'm going to use a feature by Pabbly which is schedule, so that this workflow can be scheduled every day or every hour. Then here I'm going to use my action application as Google Sheet, where it is first of all going to get all the product details. Then as per the status of the product, it is going to create product in WooCommerce. Now to do this, I'm going to integrate these applications using Pabbly Connect. So trigger will be schedule, action applications will be Google Sheets and WooCommerce. Now how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. So to begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect. Here we have reached the landing page. On the right hand side, we have the options to sign in and sign up. Since I'm an existing user, I'm going to click on sign in, and if you are a new user, you can simply sign up. It is not going to take more than 2 minutes. Now here we have reached all applications page. We are going to click on access now for Pabbly Connect. And now we have reached the dashboard. On the right hand side, there's a tab create workflow. Let's click on this, and a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Now what is my objective here? To add product in WooCommerce from Google Sheets in bulk at scheduled time. So let's say that I want this workflow to run every time at a scheduled time. Let's say it is 10 o'clock in the morning. So I have got a spreadsheet. So I already have created a spreadsheet known as new products. So here I have got all the new products. This here is the description of the product. This is the product type, product price, SKU, inventory level, image URL, etc. Now here I want that as soon as the status turns to ready, then automatically the product should be created in WooCommerce. So now I'm going to name it as add product in WooCommerce from Google Sheets in bulk at a scheduled time. Let's click on create. So as I do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One here is trigger, another one is action. Now triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically action here is the response of your trigger application. Now as per this integration, I want this workflow to run every day. So first I'm going to use a feature by Pabbly which is schedule, that is going to make this workflow run as per the schedule decided. So here, how often do you want to run your workflow? Here I'm going to select every day. Now what time do you want this workflow to run? So let's say it is 10 o'clock and I'm going to make it 00. Okay, so yep, here it is. Now I'm going to click on save, and as I do that, here you can see we have received the response. So how often you want to run your workflow? We have scheduled it to run every day. Now the time mentioned here is 4:30, which is the UTC time, that is 5.5 hours ahead of the Asia Kolkata time. This here is the local time mentioned. Now once I have done this, I have shown you the Google Sheet that I have created. Now what is my objective? I want this workflow when it runs to look at all the rows that are created here. So I'm going to use my action application here as Google Sheets. Let's click on this. And the action event here would be to look up spreadsheet rows. According to this, what will happen, this workflow when it is running, it is going to look for all the rows and it will check the status whether it is ready or no. So here first of all, Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Google Sheets account. Let's select add new connection, sign in with Google, and here we have to choose an account. So I have done that. And now Pabbly Connect Sheets wants additional access to my Google account. So I'm going to click on continue. So once this is done, we can see that the authorization has been successful. And now here, as I take you down, here we have to fill in this information. First of all, name of the spreadsheet. You can see that the system has already selected the spreadsheet and the sheet. Now here we have to mention the lookup column. So as the workflow runs, which particular column do I want to look? So here it is column H. So now here I'm going to mention H. Then we have the lookup value. So what is the lookup value? It is ready. Then we have include headers in response, I have written true. Now, how do you want to sort the values? So I have mentioned top to bottom. Let's click on save and send test request. So as we do that, here we have received the response of all the products which are in the ready state. So here you can see we have the title washing machine, then the details, then as I take you down we have wall watch, then again all the details. So these are all the products with the details. Now first of all, what I want is I want the collective data, for which I'm going to turn this toggle towards left, and now as I click on save and send test request, I'll get the response in advanced format. So here we have received the response in advanced format, and we have received the collective data of all the rows where the status was shown as ready. Now what are we going to do? We are going to choose another feature by Pabbly, which is known as iterator. Now what does iterator do? Iterator actually segregates the value, the collective data that you have received in array format. It is going to segregate it and it is going to process row by row. So as I have received the data here, you can see response result. Now as I click on save and send test request, you can see that I have received the response only of the first row where the status was ready. So here this is the row index. We have got the title, description, product type, product price, SKU, inventory level, image URL and status. So iterator actually has made the complex result that we had received through advanced format in a very simple format. So this is just one row. So once we have put this iterator step, so this workflow is going to process again and again for each and every row of the data. So we have received the details of the product from Google Sheet as well, which are ready to be added in WooCommerce. Now what I'm going to do is we are going to send these details of the product to WooCommerce. So now I'm going to add another action step here, and this time the application will be WooCommerce. Let's click on this. And what is the action event here? Create a product. Then just click on connect. And now here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the WooCommerce account. I'm going to select add new connection. Now here to set up this connection, we need the consumer key, consumer secret and website URL. So how can we receive this consumer key? So for this, we have to first log into our WooCommerce account. Now here we have to go to WooCommerce settings and advanced. So this here is my WooCommerce account, and here we have to go to settings. Now within settings, we have to go to advanced. Now here it is written that after advanced, you have to go to REST API. So here we have to go to REST API. So here we have reached. Now what is it asking? That click the add key button. So here we have the add key button. And now once done, it is asking me here in the next screen, add a description, select the WordPress user you would like to generate the key for, and choose read or write access for permissions field. So here I'm going to give a description. So this is a demo key. And then the user, so we have selected the user. Now the permission is read or write. Now I'm going to click on generate API. So here you can see we have received the consumer key and the consumer secret. So I'm going to copy this consumer key, paste this over here. Now let's go back here. This here is the consumer secret, copied and pasted over here. Now here we have to paste the website URL. So it has to be HTTPS and then it should end with .com. So I'm going to take you back to WooCommerce. So for this website URL, so this here is the website URL. I'm going to copy this. Go back to Pabbly Connect and paste this over here. Just remove the slash. Now I'm going to click on save. So as we do that, here we can see that the setup is all complete. Now here we have to mention the product name. So I'm going to map the information. How? As I click on this, you can see the previous step. So I'm going to go to step 3 and this here is the product name. Now this method with which I have added the information here is known as mapping, and this is important so that every time the workflow runs, it can take the new data into consideration. Had I written the same information manually, then even when my workflow was running for the nth time, it wouldn't have taken the new data. It would have taken the same data that we have written manually. So to avoid that, we map the information. Now the next is product slug. So here I'm just going to leave this blank. Product type. So here we have 4 options: simple, grouped, external and variable. So this is a simple product. Then we have the product status. Now you want that the moment the status is ready, this particular product should publish. Now if you wish to keep it in draft or pending, you can do that. I'm going to select publish. featured product false. Now you can always feature it as well. Now next is SKU, is a stock keeping unit. So here I'm going to write SKU and now I'm going to map the number. So here we have the number this. Then we have got the catalog visibility, so I have written visible. Regular price, so I'm again going to map the price. Then we have the sale price. You can mention the sale price as well. Here we are going to add the description. Then if you wish to add a short description, you can do it here. Then here we have date on sale from and date on sale to. Since I haven't mentioned sale, so I'm not going to fill up this information. Then again, as I take you down, here we have list of the information, manage stock, stock quantity. So here I can add the inventory. So this here is the inventory. And now the stock status, we have shown it as in stock. Yes, because this is ready. And now if you wish, you can fill in all these details. I'm simply going to go down and click on save and send test request. So here you can see we have received the data. So this here is the ID, this here is the name, this here is the slug, then here is our permalink, and here we have the date created. And yes, basically this means that now a product must be created in WooCommerce. So I'm going to take you to WooCommerce now, and here we are going to go to products. So let's go to all products, and yes, we can see that our product is now a part of our WooCommerce. So this means that our integration till here is a success. Now what do I want? The moment this product is created, here I want to change the status from ready to published. For this, I'm going to add another action step, and this time the application is again going to be Google Sheets. Let's click on this, and the action event here would be update cell value. Let's click on connect. Here I'm going to go ahead with the existing connection. Now once this is done, let's select the spreadsheet. This is new products. So here we have to enter the range now. So it is to be entered in this way, column name and row index. So what is the column name? Here it is H. So I'm going to mention H here. Then the row index. So now for row index, I'm going to map the information. Let's click on this, go to iterator. This here is the row index. Now what is the value? So I want to change the value to published. Okay, now I'm going to click on save and send test request. And as we do that, we have received the information. At the same time, let me take you here. You can see the status has been changed here. So this means that our integration is a success. So every time the product status changes to ready, then we are going to get the information here in WordPress. Now even when 40 of your products are available or the status becomes ready at the same time, so 40 products will be created in your WordPress account without you budging a finger. So now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to understand what we have done. So here our trigger was schedule, where the event was every day. Basically we have scheduled this workflow to run every day at a particular time. Then our action application first was Google Sheets, where the event was lookup spreadsheet rows. Then our action was again a feature by Pabbly, which was iterator. And then we had our action application as WooCommerce, where the event was to create a product, and final action application was Google Sheets, where we had updated the cell value of the status. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us.
Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.